Hello and welcome to Feats and Fables 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons streaming game just for adventurers like yourself. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts by searching for Feats and Fables. If you want to watch us live and chat with us, join us on Twitch TV Monday nights, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and then hang out for a few minutes afterwards for our Porch Lag additional segment. Our entire backlog is on our YouTube channel, so we're very easy to catch up with. I'm Paige Lightman, the DM, and I'd like to welcome you to Aglarond, a peaceful pastoral nation of half-elves. Our heroes of Aglarond are part of the Foresters, a group of elite scouts and rangers charged with defending Aglarond's borders, particularly against undead from the evil, fascist nation of Fey. The heroes are racing towards the Singing Sand. Actually, they're not. They have did their race towards the Singing Sands, and it grabbed an artifact just before the nation of Fey could take it for themselves and twist it to their own evil purposes. The artifact looks like a oak acorn with a single leaf, and it transported our heroes into the Feywild. So let's meet our heroes. Oh, I forgot to play our intro music. Let me start that as well. Let's meet our heroes. We have Victor Toussaint.
Okay, now go.
Yeah, let's meet our heroes, Joe says. Now I can go.
Yep.
We have Victor Toussaint, a human eldritch knight fighter played by Ron Frankie.
Suppose I should get a drink of water after being in the desert so long.
We have Wildfire, a fire genasi evoker wizard played by Joe Streaky.
Also, this podcast is canceled, and for the next however long it needs to be, this is just the Downton Abbey 2 countdown Twitch stream.
Oh, yes.
Tell me I'm wrong, Andrew, I'll take it back.
We're not a podcast anymore, so I guess we are canceled.
I mean, we're a podcast. It's just our secondary market.
Also,
I'm pretty sure Joe just turned our podcast into a Downton Abbey 2 countdown podcast. So
what is
D&D on Monday nights on the Twitch stream, and then Downton Abbey on the podcast.
All right.
I don't have
the Downton Abbey coming out is just like one show, right?
It's a movie.
It's another movie. It's another movie.
It's an epilogue movie. Okay.
It's an epic log movie.
Yes.
Not an epilogue.
When is it coming out?
Like a million years from now. Right?
Christmas Day!
Christmas Day. They've announced it.
How can they top royalty showing up?
I don't know. Who knows? But you know, the Christmas shows were always bonkers.
Well, that's a British thing. The British take their...
Well, I know, but
very
now
seriously.
It's going to be a Christmas thing coming out at Christmas, probably, and then I don't know that my body is ready for that.
Get ready, Paige.
Yeah.
Let's get in that theater.
Right?
Let's rent out a theater.
That'll do. All right, we also have Ross, a lizard folk Drake Warden Ranger Barbarian played by Coda of Codab Games.
Hello, everyone.
We have Rupert. Wait, is that Rupert?
It is Rupert.
Yes, that is Rupert. We have Rupert, who is a cat.
Rupert actually has a much broader social media footprint than this entire stream, because he's got, 700 plus followers on Instagram?
Yes. Check out Alien Kitties.
He puts up some pretty racy pics, though.
I mean,
he does.
He's a cat, so just by his mere existence,
yes.
obviously.
He hates
Alien
whatever's
Kitties
happening right now. He's like, oh god, why?
Alien Kitties 2016 on Insta and Facebook.
Yeah, and he regrets about the name.
I would type
Never.
that into chat for you or put it on Discord, but
I'm doing it.
All right, but the person who serves Rupert as his first slave is Dr. Andrew Wong, who plays Malagar, a Drow Twilight cleric.
Good evening.
And we have Belwyn, a dwarven paladin princess played by Ben Heisler.
I don't understand. Royalty's already here. What's the big deal if the royalty shows up to this house? Like, does that mean I'm a walking Christmas special?
Probably.
Kinda.
I'll take it. I don't know what Christmas is, but sure, sounds great.
Alright, when we last left our hero, you had been in the desert and you had just recovered the artifact, which looked just like a normal green acorn, about this big, with a leaf attached to it, but it seemed to weigh 100 pounds. It was extremely heavy. And I believe Victor tried to carry it and could not, and then Wildfire picked it up, and he could sort of waddle along with it. It was very difficult. And as you traveled through the desert, more and more plants started showing up, and then with a swirl of bluish light, you found yourself in a beautiful forest, in an absolutely idyllic pond with some lily pads in it, and some flowers, and staring at the group of you on a small island in the middle of the pond are a whole bunch of small humanoid figures. They're anywhere between, I don't know, a couple of inches tall and nearly human-sized. Many have wings or antlers or antenna. They're all colors of the rainbow, from deepest purple to the brightest red, and everything in between. And they are looking at you quite curiously and look somewhat alarmed.
Yeah, I mean, Paige, Russ definitely has a sword out and is also going to spend a spell slot to summon Goose. Ah! You can't stop me. I mean, you can, but she's here.
Wouldn't dream of it.
So I have a quick question, Paige.
Mm-hmm.
You said there were ones that were incredibly deep purple and we're here surrounded by water.
Mm-hmm.
Is there smoke on the water, or is this a different deep purple?
So
Wow, Ben reclaiming his
So
throne.
it begins.
The first
Have a point
thing,
of inspiration.
the first thing Victor will do is turn to Wildfire and say, "Do you have it?"
I do.
All right. In that case, I will regard the small creatures and look towards our face person, perhaps, who's of course drinking right this second. Get us out of the situation.
Right. No, I'm not drinking. I'm definitely on something, but I'm gonna guess that's Malagar's doing.
I mean, this is rather hallucinogenic, but
Yeah, everything
given how
has kind of a blurry quality to it, and there's kind of a bluish cast over everything. Like even the pond, like even looking at the lily pad flowers, they just kind of have a beautiful softness to them.
Oh shit! We're in a Photoshop filters land.
I mean, we this feels more like microdosing, really.
Right, so I'm gonna look at the creatures, I'm gonna raise my hand and wave it, and go, "Greetings! We are here on our way to somewhere else."
Have you ever, looked at your claws before?
like really looked at them.
You
Never.
should bite it
Why do they
so
call
you
them
get
fingers?
to-
I've never seen them fing. Oh, there they go.
I want to feel your fingers.
So there's a titter of conversation among these creatures. You might hear bits of Draconic and Elvish. Does anyone here speak Sylvan?
I did on my last character.
I know.
Nope.
Victor,
He'd have had a real moment if this had happened.
Yeah, he would not be happy to be here.
I kind of planned this with that, but no.
Victor speaks, Sylvan.
Okay. So the predominant language spoken here is Sylvan, but like I said, you'll hear smatterings of Elvish and Draconic. And it's a lot of, "Oh my gosh, who is that? They were invited here. Are they dangerous? They might be dangerous. We should tell." Yes, we should tell them about it. Well, what about Roman? No, we should probably tell Dahlia. Are they from the Shadowfell? They could be from the Shadowfell.
We are not from the Shadowfell. We are from the Prime Material Plane.
There's a confused blink where people are looking at Belwyn, and all of a sudden they're looking at Victor, and they're trying to look at Belwyn, and they're trying to look at Victor, and there's some of them from the air buzzing with little wings trying to look between you two at the same time.
Well, Belwyn's a lot more pleasant to look at, so I'll just stand behind Belwyn and
And loom.
Then everyone will. I mean, you say loom. I mean, we don't need to draw attention to the fact Belwyn's a dwarf. I mean, that's just.
Well, that and Victor is tall.
Is he now?
That's all we know about him.
Oh, I know.
That's
I barely even know that about him.
Yep.
Well, it's hard to wield a longbow if you don't have a certain height.
It's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, Victor and Ross just tower over everyone else in this glade.
Friend or foe, Victor? What's the call?
Well, they appear to be Fey, so it could be either one, and it could change dramatically from moment to moment. Wildfire, do you know why we're here?
Well, I mean, I might not have been totally forthcoming with everyone, but I have been seeing the Feywild everywhere for like the last couple hours. How long have I had the Mythal for?
Yeah, about that.
For the last couple hours.
Really? Not long?
We walked
we-
for a while.
Oh, we did walk. That's right.
We
I
walked
forgot
for a
about
while.
walking.
Yep. You found out that your whole my new chosen environment of desert is going to become
Right,
such
we walked
enemy.
long enough
That's
for you
right.
to gain
That's
favored location desert and for us to walk out of the desert. It was
Yep.
beautiful.
I
cried a single tear.
maintain that nobody thought we were sticking around in the desert once we grabbed the artifact.
Yes, I take favored terrain quite literally, okay? I really enjoyed our trip to the desert. I even got this ability as a souvenir.
enough.
You're fired.
I went
Fired.
to the Singing Sands, and all I got was this famous terrain.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, that's not a terrible prize.
You
Well, if the Mythal brought us here, I guess it might have done it on purpose.
I mean, I don't know about purpose. There's definitely something going on.
Right. So is this the kind of thing with Fae where we should like ask to speak to their leader, or should we not do that?
Nah, do that. Tell them you're a princess. Fae love princesses.
They
Well,
might
why?
even keep you.
Why are we here? I look at all the creatures.
We're the ones that are
They
fucking
look
asking
at
that.
you. Or what language are you asking that in?
Probably common. Everybody
There's a
speaks
lot of, like-
common.
There's a lot of confused faces.
I say it louder and slower.
And
Nailed
in American.
Wow.
Wave some gold at them. They'll understand.
Why are we here?
Oh shite.
So many of the creatures also look like kind of fantastical animals. Like there's a deer that has antlers that are all kind of rainbow colors.
Oh.
I was going to say, but they're not electric, right? We haven't landed in Valheim.
No.
Paige, I recently spent a delightful romp throughout the Feywilds. Do I recognize this deer at all?
Wait.
Oh no, definitely a different type.
Okay.
Definitely a different type.
Okay. Do I recognize any of this terrain off chance?
It's the same type of terrain. It
Okay.
definitely feels like the same kind of primeval forest. It has the kind of bluish tint to it and the slight fuzziness around the edges of many things.
I feel like there's a butt coming. Okay.
Okay, so I think we need to talk to their manager.
Or it's
Is there?
Did Wildfire turn into a Karen tonight?
Apparently.
Wait.
I haven't had internet for 3 days. Of course I did.
turn into? Like, where have you been for this
Are there
game?
any features where we are that might have caused us to be here, like a statue or like a little obelisk? Or
Nope, you don't see anything that looks like an intentionally made artifact. Perhaps the pool wasn't natural, or maybe it was. It's hard to tell. It's very overgrown. Like, there's reeds on the side, and it looks, if it was a man-made pond or a sentient-made pond, it was not made recently. And the trees around it are fully mature.
I attempt to cross the pond.
Okay. Sploosh, sploosh. The water is relatively shallow. It goes up to about your waist.
Okay.
And it's super clear. Just beautifully clear. And the bottom is lined with like sand and gravel, so it's not muddy on the bottom. And there's a number of bright, shining fish. Not like actual shining, but they glint in the sunlight, which is coming in at a kind of a low angle, like morning or evening.
All right.
But there's a bunch of bright fish in it, and it's cold water technically, but it feels very cool and very refreshing.
is there any like creeks that feed into or go away from this little pond?
No.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, it must be a groundwater feature rather than a lotic feature. As Belwyn crosses the pond, a creature about 3 inches tall that looks like a rather large bumblebee, but when it gets closer, resolves itself in that it's got kind of a humanish face and is wearing a tiny little golden skirt, kind of buzzes around your head very curiously.
Great. Hello, then. What?
It's flitting. It's flitting.
All right. Well, it flew away.
Just keep talking. It'll come back.
All right. So, any of y'all know a way out of here that we could just be on our way then?
Why don't you ask where we are? Because that's kind of a question I have.
We're in
I
the
turn-
Feywilds.
I smile and say, "Where in the Feywild are we?" And then I look over to my translator to translate, since I'm gesturing in a charismatic manner.
I will repeat what Belwyn said in a slightly less charismatic manner, trying to make sure that Belwyn's between me and the majority of the assumed Fey.
No, you should whisper it in Belwyn's ear, so that she can say it and then woo the whoever it is. Yes.
But she always tries to apply her accent to whatever I say, and when it's a different language, things can get kind of exciting.
So, Victor, are you moving into the water with Belwyn? Did I miss
I will.
that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not the world's biggest pond, but yes, I will follow Belwyn into the water.
And I will follow Victor into the water.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So, Paige, what do I think is going on right now? Like, how do I think the Mythal pulled us here somehow?
Make me a what do I think is going on here right now check, which sounds kind of like Arcana to me.
Sounds good.
Not a 24?
Not a 24.
I thought you only rolled 24s.
Yeah, it makes me very sad. My dice are broken, I guess.
Well, I mean, his internet was out, and that took all
Yeah,
of his die power with
it's
him. So
Yeah.
don't worry, we'll figure out a way to just blame everything on the internet for anything that goes wrong tonight.
That's my goal.
So you believe that this item, this artifact, the mythal, is its powers involve bringing one plane to be cotangent with another plane and making the veil between those planes very thin. Which means that exterior forces that want to intrude upon that area not only have to deal with whatever magical resonance you might have in the prime material, but also whatever magical resonance you have in whatever other plane is brought close as well. In this case, the Feywild.
Okay.
Given that this thing has been not where it's supposed to be for quite a long time, it probably felt like the Feywild was closer than Agorond. Which it is.
Well, okay then.
Did they answer where we are, Victor?
Sure. One of the creatures, which looks like a kind of looks like a small, fluffy white cloud about the size of, I don't know, football, and it has like a little bird head sticking out of it, and the cloud is actually its wings. Flits closer and kind of looks at Belwyn and looks at Victor and looks at Belwyn and looks at Victor and says, "You're not very far from Mithrandane." Well, it's that way.
Right then. Well, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate you letting us know that thing.
It looks at Belwyn, but kind of like is sort of looking at Victor.
Are there people similar to us at Mithridane?
This starts several rapid conversations that become deeply metaphysical quite quickly. In the sense that, well, you know, we kind of look like you, some of us, but we kind of don't. How much like you do you think they think? But what is the real nature? We're talking about look like us in our physical form. We're talking like us in the sense of their inner being. Like there's some really good conversation.
Native to the prime material plane.
There's some confusion as that doesn't seem to be something that is widely understood by them.
Okay, well, they can add that layer to their metaphysical discussion. You're in some place called the Feywild.
Well, of course we are. This is where we are. Says a little pink, pudgy one with like kind of like swirls of hair and big ears with dark tips on. The stag comes forward with its rainbow-clad antlers and looks at you with golden eyes for a moment and says in Sylvan, I was once a friend to someone from here who had been on the prime material briefly. I could perhaps find him. There might be more answers in Mithrandane if you're headed that way. It is a grand city of the Eladrin.
Is it friendly to travelers?
I would say yes. You're not the kind of traveler we normally get.
Is Mithridane like roughly in the direction we were already heading?
Who knows?
What direction were we previously heading in the Feywild, where everything is crazy?
Well,
like, to be fair, Paige, I was seeing the Feywild while we were traveling.
Sure.
So, like, I have at least some vague idea of the direction we were going.
The final pull over into the Feywild got you completely turned around. You're no longer sure which way is north.
Fair enough.
They've said we're close to Mithridane. Have they indicated a clear direction?
I mean, yes, that way.
Is there a path of any type, or
Why?
is there a sun in the sky? Is there any way to tell direction?
There is a sun low on the horizon, and it's sort of to the left of that. If you face the sun, turn left.
Okay.
Maybe someone could take us there.
Ooh, a guide.
I will guide you. A unicorn steps out of the brush.
Jesus
from the
Christ.
side.
Wow, just waiting for their cue. Well done, Malagar. That poor unicorn could have waited there for weeks.
I mean,
It has a white coat and dark purple horns and hooves, and has long, pale, pastel mane and tail.
Malagar will bow and say, hello, I'm Malagar. What language were they speaking just now?
So
I'm trying to decide if Ross's culture has any sort of views on unicorns.
So how are the unicorn and the rainbow antlered deer? Do they look like they get along, or are they like rivals? It seems to be like they wouldn't really get along.
they don't seem to have any particular animosity, given Victor's level of passive perception or passive insight.
Well, thank you kindly for your offer to guide us to the city. I think we will take you up on that. My name is Victor, and this is Malagar, Ross, Belwyn, and Wildfire.
The unicorn looks at him and says, "The one you call Wildfire is carrying something powerful with him."
Yes, it's an item of our home country, Aglarond, that we are transporting on its behalf.
Oh, Aglarond! Yes, of course.
What direction is Aglaron from here?
I mean, all directions and none. It's not in the Feywild.
Helpful.
And nonetheless true.
Well, this gives us hope that maybe we can get there from here in some way.
You can get nearly anywhere from the Feywild. That's both good and bad, I suppose. It's possible, given what the one you called Wildfire carries, that some of our darker cousins from the Shadowfell may be quite interested in what you have about you.
We have. Oh wait, this isn't in common, is it?
Nope.
It's all in Sylvan.
How evident is what he carries? Like, would your darker cousins already be aware of it? Was there something we could do to conceal its presence? We don't wish to get in any conflicts while we're in this realm, if at all possible.
All of us could hear its song in our hearts, which is why we came to the pond.
Interesting.
Oh, great. So we already fucked up. Got it.
Well, it seems somewhat urgent. If you could guide us to the city, it sounds like the sooner we're away, the sooner it'll be best for basically everyone except the evil people or dark people.
They're not human, of course. They're dark fae, you realize. Unseelie.
My understanding is you said they wanted to take it from us, and since that would bring us into conflict, it seems like avoiding them would be the way to go.
Well, should they come upon us, I am powerless to help you. There are treaties in force.
Huh. Great.
I'll be translating this to my companions as we talk.
So define powerless to help us. Like, could you magically heal us, but not like punch them? Like, where's the level of help here?
My friend is quite pedantic, you understand.
Oh no, your friend is quite wise to ask that. A Fey bargain is always to be inspected quite closely and followed to the letter. I cannot hurt the folk of the Shadowfell. I cannot fight the folk of the Shadowfell. To be fair, they cannot fight me either. But you, of course, are fair game. Who I heal on my own time is not covered in any treaty.
Okay, so we just hide behind you.
You could.
What would happen if a treaty like that was broken on accident in a conflict with one of us?
Rephrase the question, please, Victor. I do not quite understand.
I think my companion Ross wants to know the most efficient way to utilize this treaty to cause a giant war. The rest of us want to avoid that, but
I'm sitting here listening to him talk in Sylvan. I'm just like nodding along. That sounds like exactly what I said.
I don't wish to start a war, and we're still recovering from the last one.
Well, Victor, I think we should, if everyone can just sense the mytho, we should perhaps make our way with all due haste.
We have many enemies in the Fae, such as Gearflagon and his ilk.
yeah. Well, now that you said his name out loud, I'm sure that'll begin.
Wait, don't we have to say it like 2 more times, like into a mirror?
Because didn't we like literally summon him before by saying his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, that's okay. It's probably less effective here in the Feywild.
Right, it's definitely not triply effective in the Feywild.
Oh, which means we've already said it 3 times.
All right. So the unicorn starts strolling at a gentle pace, off surely in one direction. It doesn't appear that the unicorn is in a huge hurry, but you think it could outpace you pretty quickly. And the unicorn takes you through the Shadowfell. It is a grand primeval forest with pleasant rolling streams.
You just said Shadowfell.
Did I? I meant Feywild. Sorry.
Okay, thank God.
You would know the Shadowfell.
Hey,
Of course we would know the Shadowfell.
Malagar busts out his water skin and fills it up so that he can continue to hydrate throughout this entire experience. It's important.
It is.
That's
You know what? I'm down to hydrate.
All right. So the unicorn strolls through the forest with you, going in a direction it seems sure of its path. And as you go, you are treated to a variety of fantastic sights, including a dragon the size of an entire block in Waterdeep.
Oh my.
And it's a bright blue-green color with iridescent scales and wings like a butterfly that are larger than the largest ship sails in Waterdeep.
Does it seem interested in this at all?
No, it is curled up on a small hill, and it looks like it's snoozing. Clouds of pinkish steam waft out of its nostrils, and flirting kind of about it are a bunch of smaller dragons that look about the same way. So they're all different colors. One is iridescent green, one is kind of a yellow-red iridescent, another one is purple.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes. There, you have gotten a whole retinue of small types of Fae that follow you. And as you walk through, occasionally you will see like eyes open. You see eyes open in the trees and realize that there are people who step out of the trees as you pass.
Whoa.
Like out of the trees or out of the trees, man?
Out of the trees.
All right.
And as you pass along by a flowing river, you see a bank of pink crystals, each of which are 2, 3, 4 feet high. It seems to be some sort of natural geological feature. They glow softly and prettily in the early evening haze. You see stars coming out above you. They twinkle in strange constellations that you've never seen. There's a pleasant smell in the forest air of night-blooming flowers, and you hear a nightjar call in the distance. However, I need to update your passive perception and passive insight.
Oh, joy.
Belwyn, 10 perception, 10 insight.
Yeah, why would I? I'm the paladin. Me seeing things doesn't help anybody.
Malagar, 18 perception, 15 insight.
19 perception.
Ooh.
So perceptive.
So perceptive.
10 perception, 10 insight.
Nailed it.
Ross, 16 perception, 16 insight.
Add 1 to both of those. Sadly, still lacking behind Malagar.
Someday.
And Victor, 11-11.
11-11, lucky 11s.
Okay.
Okay. I can't help but notice as we're walking that most of my companions are pretty fucked up. Do we want to do anything about that, or are we just gonna be cool?
That is a real good question.
We all turn to look at Victor.
I assume this is just a natural consequence of the Feywild. Listen, I've had lots of experience with this, and I suspect Belwyn does too, so we'll be okay. Just hold hands and don't wander off.
Here's some pretty night-blooming flowers.
I'll second wind, if that...
Don't get completely mesmerized. I mean, get some mesmerized. This is pretty amazing. Usually you have to... It takes some really good stuff to give you this good of an effect. Especially in the chords.
Normally you have to pay for this kind of experience.
Yes.
But we're gonna pay. Don't worry.
I don't think we should wait an hour to see if... I mean, if we're broadcasting, I think speed is our best bet.
Cool. Just didn't know if anybody wanted to spend any spells, drink any potions, or any fun stuff like that.
Do you ever wonder why your little claw is so smaller than the others?
It's a genetic deformity.
Alright, hang on.
I mean, it's a good question because, like, I got maybe one more fight in me, but God, I could use some healing.
Well, such is life.
I mean, I guess we could spend some healing on you now. That'd be crazy. Who needs healing?
I mean, if Malagar wants to cast spells, that's fine. That's Malagar's purview.
Who knows what could go wrong here in the Feywild?
I've got prayer of healing. I could heal all of us a little bit.
Ooh.
But it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's a little long, I think.
I mean, 10 minutes is a lot less than an hour.
That is
I
true.
mean, mass healing word would probably do everyone a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The prayer of healing I've got is 3d8 plus 5 for everybody.
That's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it is good. But 10 minutes is...
Can we afford the 10 minutes?
That's the gamble.
That's up to y'all.
Can we afford you getting the shit knocked out of you in one attack from Paige based on, number of hit points that are on the board?
I mean, to be honest, even at full hit points, she one attacks me, so...
Well, I mean, at that point, sure, that's right. There's no difference between all the hit points and one hit point, so let's push on.
All right.
As long as I stay up.
Bloodied and beaten. We travel on.
It's more exciting.
I mean, this is Victor's MO right here.
Yeah, I'm not going to change midstream. I mean, I'm always about pressing on.
Alright, hang on just a moment. I gotta do a little...
Besides, I don't think functionally Belwyn can be killed, so at least someone will be able to take the Mythal to Maglarond.
I mean, technically, Belwyn can walk while casting.
Sure can.
So why don't he do that then?
Can she? I mean, she definitely can for normal spells.
I mean, the components is only verbal, so I just, go Hosanna for 10 minutes while we walk.
I mean, when casting a spell, the cast no longer than a single reaction, you must spend your action each turn to cast and maintain your concentration.
So you'll be going half speed.
Well, I mean, she could hustle, and the rest of us. I mean, we're all kind of. You travel over land at half speed, kind of anyway. So,
are we traveling slowly because of the weight of the mythal? I mean, you told us all that it's.
It is no longer. It is not heavy here.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had shared that yet. Do we think that maybe somebody else wants to carry it?
No, just in case bad things happen.
I mean, wildfire has managed to evoke its powers successfully, so that seems like a good reason for him to hold on to it. Do you want to carry it? Do you want to try and carry it again, Ross, just to prove you can?
I mean, be prepared for it to knock me out again.
That's
How
true.
about we experiment with this not right now?
But yeah, if Belwin wants to just kind of pray as we walk, it's kind of a good. I mean, it wouldn't really slow us down. It would give us a lot of healing. It's kind of a. And even if we are in combat, she could just keep casting. We'll just fight around her. Rally.
Anyways, it's probably a better deal overall than the mass healing word. That's better on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, and I believe my mount came here too because I saw Mr. Grumpy Pants in the initial.
Sure.
So I don't even have to worry about the walking. I can just sit there.
I noticed that as well. I also noticed that I think he shrank in the transition.
I was going to bring that up a page, but I'm not going to worry about it if we're not in a combat right now. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Grumpy.
It's okay.
He's a very good
Actually,
guy.
in the Feywild, Mr. Grumpy Pants doesn't look nearly as grumpy. His coat is long and thick and full and shiny, and his horns have just a perfect Fibonacci arc to them and seem to almost gleam in the fading light. His ears are long and silky, and he trots around like a much younger goat.
Oh, all right.
Mr. Grumpy Pants, you've conditioned.
He has conditioned.
So now we get a better idea of the agony Mr. Grumpy Pants endures serving Belwin on the prime material.
As always.
But I mean, the good news is now I can just summon the Feywild version of him every time, and he'll just be super happy.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Or do you summon the Feywild version? He just gets beaten down by reality almost immediately.
Damn.
No, we're gonna find that out together. But for now, I'm gonna let him do the trotting, and I'm gonna do the praying.
Okay, so do the number thing that you need to do.
I don't even know what that means.
Does 10
Are
minutes?
not numerical effects to your spell?
Yes, I will roll the dice.
Are you telling us 10 minutes pass?
I feel like that's Paige's way of saying, roll them to bones.
I offer you a 16 hit points for everybody.
Yay!
Right.
Much appreciated. Now, if I make my save against the page attack, I won't go down.
Oh, good.
Okay.
We're just throwing a little shade. All is well.
I mean, I'm used to your shade. All right. Is there anything else you want to do or whatever on your way through the Feywild?
I would like to talk to the unicorn, including my companions, basically asking him as much as I can about this city we're approaching so that we're not going in completely blind. He said it was a city of Eladrin. Is it set up like a human city, or can we expect there to be taverns or inns? Should we report immediately to the person in charge, or are they more lax about that? Is there a city guard that's going to confront? Are there rules regarding weapons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Wait a minute. This is a Feywild city, not like Germany.
Okay. So the unicorn says that Mithrandane is a city in the trees. It's called the Autumn City because in the autumn it is most beautiful when the trees change color. Queen Tiandra frequents it, but is not there at the moment as far as the unicorn goes. There is a pretty serious guard. Because Mithrandane has a portal to the Shadowfell in it. And in fact, it was built to keep control of that portal of the Shadowfell. It does have a set of secret police called the Watchers of the Night, who make sure that there are no Shadowfell residents that slip through either in force or by stealth and guile. The Barrier Sentinels are a group of Eladrin that maintain that barrier. However, given the more martial bent of Mithrandain, it is still a city of great art and beauty. They are famed for making musical instruments that the Eladrin have carried throughout every place where Eladrin go. Does that answer the questions? There are inns there.
Should we report to anyone when we get there?
It is probably not a bad idea to report to one of the Barrier Sentinels.
Okay.
Who are effectively the city guard.
Well, we're a pretty quirky group, but I don't think any of us has the taint of shadow upon us, so...
I think I would have smelled that. I don't suppose any of you are adherents of Coralon, are you? The unicorn almost looks a little disappointed at Victor saying that.
I mean, Coralon is well regarded in our country, and I've prayed to him many times, but I would not say I'm a devotee of Coralon.
Well, there's of course a full temple to Coralon there as well. Any other questions that I might answer? My name is Lyndon, by the way.
How do they pay for things in the city? Do they do like copper and silver and gold coins, or is it a favor?
Or does it happen to be a loincloth-based economy?
Oh! Ross will become an emperor.
I've done it, y'all.
He can print money.
I'm just looking out for our, interests.
I love loincloths
I know.
here.
I've got half a year left on my contract, but I'm rich now, you see.
Your coins from the prime material won't mean much, but silver is valuable here, as is gold. Even the copper is somewhat of worth. If you have appropriate goods to barter, you might be able to find some trade there. The coins of the city are limited only to the Eladrin, so perhaps we can find merchants that will take yours.
So even if, okay, that's kind of elitist. I guess Eladrin are kind of.
Well, I mean, it's just like any other form of, gambling or a company town or something like that, where you show up and they say, oh, you know what? I'll give you 7 silver pieces for each gold piece because, you have to have the coin of the realm and for the money changing, and then you find out that everything costs 30% more. But you can't make sense of what it is because everything's on a slightly different scale. And next thing you know, you've lost your pants and your, all manner of other things.
Is there an all-inclusive option where drinks are wrapped into the overall price?
It doesn't include desserts.
Oh, that's where they get you, at dessert.
Lyndon chuckles in an equine way and says, I'm not actually up on all the details of desserts.
Up on the details of desserts.
That's how they keep their horsish figure.
Hopefully our stay will be brief. Since our guide here is familiar with Aglaron, I imagine the people in the city will, and maybe there's just a little portal we can just go through.
Yes, Aglaron was once a home to a major city of the Eladrin. There's Astrazalian, and then there's Mithrandain, Sinalise, but the city of Shinalestra was once an Aglarond, and it has been severed for some time.
Severed, huh? So what does that mean, severed?
It means it was once present in both Aglarond and in the Feywild, so that the Eladrin civilization stretched between the two. They, as I understand it, made friends with some of the humans there. It's my understanding that the elves from there are descended from Eladrin.
Well, what about the severed part?
I'm not familiar with the details, actually.
But I mean,
as I understand it, there was a battle with giants.
no, but I mean, what does it mean to be severed? Like, is there
It
like
is
no
no
passage
longer-
between them, or they're just not concurrent, or?
Yes, the city of Shinalestra in the Feywild is no longer also in the prime material plane. In both places, as far as I know, it's just a ruins, but they're now no longer connected.
Oh, so it used to be like the Twin Cities, but now it's only on one side of the river. Got it.
All right.
Paige, as we're walking, I'm going to, and especially as we're talking about the connections between the prime material and the Feywild, what do you suppose, Victor, ever became of our former captain that was trapped in the Feywilds?
I mean, he probably made friends, started a family, settled down, grew old, told tales of us to his grandchildren, and it all happened in the span of a week. That's what I imagine happened anyway. And he held no rancor towards us at all.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
No rancor? I like it.
One of our previous commanding officers ended up in the Feywild after an encounter we had with the Feywild and did not leave it.
Oh, great.
Lyndon turns their head and looks around and says, "What was your previous commander's name?"
I was just trying to think of it by looking in this very document and can't find it.
We would always call them sir, so it's hard to remember the given name.
Why is this not better organized? Oh man, I'm gonna have to get some work on
Oh.
this.
Well, as you are traveling, like I said, you're passing along a riverbank. There's a bank of softly growing, glowing crystals on one side of it, and the disk of the sun has sort of slipped under the horizon. Time seems a little squishy here, but not like in a horrifying way, like our real lives in like January and February, but more like in a pleasant, mysterious, dreamy sort of way. And so it's a little hard to judge time, but you feel like you've been walking for a while, and you hear a thump, like the ground kind of shakes. Thump, ground kind of shakes, and says, "Whoa! I smell who's here! Word travels fast!" And then hands come and part the trees, and you see the biggest red cap you have ever seen. He looks at the five of you with an evil glint in his eye, and his red cap is dripping blood down onto his shoulders, and says, "And it's dinner time!"
Since I've already made this situation bad, I might as well make it worse. We've kicked your ass one time. We can do it again.
Okay.
I
This
don't
time
know what you want from
really.
me. Sure, we didn't rest. Sure, we're half dead.
We're not
That's just
half
gonna
dead.
That's just gonna make.
You were given ample opportunity.
Yep, nope, we're half dead. I'm half dead.
Hey, I brought the question up multiple times and even used the 3rd level spell slot. I don't want to hear fucking nothing from you.
Well, like if Gerflagon found us here, he could find us. He would have found us at the pond, so we wouldn't have finished our rest.
I'm just saying, this is going to make our victory all the sweeter. It's going to be great.
I feel like it was a risk worth taking, however. Not that it matters now.
That is true. Really, we should do our Monday game, which is awesome. But then I think we should include a Tuesday game where we just make all the opposite decisions. And see how it plays out.
There you go.
I would very quickly lose track of what was the right timeline.
No, then,
the normal timeline and the darkest timeline.
then we have a Friday session where we decide which of the previous 2 sessions is canon, and then we start over each week. So you don't have to remember too much stuff.
So what we do is we put it to a vote for our viewers, and they.
I like that.
So this is kind of the quantum computing model of D&D, where we explore all possible decisions simultaneously.
Sounds best.
I like it. I'm in favor of it. Let's just have as many games as it takes.
In the meantime, I'm apparently going to have to quit my job to deal with all these. Is that what we're doing?
I mean, we're raking in the dough on this stream, aren't we?
Priorities, Paige. Priorities.
Yes, raking in the dough is a thing that we are doing.
The rest of us
We're almost paying for the EC2 instance. Almost.
Yes.
I mean, almost. Not actually, but almost.
Thank you, subscribers. Thank you.
A peek behind the curtain, but also thank you, everybody. I'm going to take this
Aw,
opportunity
thank you, Brother Flounder.
to remind you that we got
Brother
a Brother Flounder.
Brother Flounder.
Gifted a
Well,
sub.
You know what we need to do now, don't
Yes.
you, gentlemen?
Finish setting up a combat.
Nope.
We don't do combats here. We do.
We dance! Do the Flounder dance!
Maybe we can scare the red cats away.
Right? Without terrible dancing.
And I feel so bad. I feel so bad for those people who are just like clicking on this because it shows up on their Twitch page recommendations, and they come into this.
Dancing is like its own de-recommendation.
That's exactly how Brian Schoner feels about it.
It'd be like, I came here for Dungeons and Dragons, not dancing.
Thank you so much, Mwah. Sibling of Flounders.
We just gotta get the blood flowing before the blood starts flowing.
Yeah, let's get this combat going. Now I'm ready.
And I will remind everybody, we have a floating player inspiration from chat.
And Paige has a GM inspiration from last.
I do, because I got it right as the show was going off. I would like to say hello to a
I wasn't going to
guest.
mention that.
Our special guest is Megan. Hello. She is apparently joined our watchers.
They're into dancing.
We should set ourselves up a little bit more neatly.
I just plopped you on there. You get where you want to be.
I'm gonna be here. No, get me out of a square. There we go. It's gonna be.
Were you not in a square?
He's not in a square now.
Okay.
And Belwin, if you're right, you're writing Grumpy Pants, so that means.
I'm about to ask Paige to put me in the front or put Grumpy Pants in the back.
I put Grumpy Pants in the back every time.
And yet, now he's in the back.
Ah!
You know how goats are.
Now that you've changed how he looks, I have to go get a whole new token for him.
Don't act like you don't relish the opportunity.
Oh no, I need to go search the internet for handsome goats. Oh no!
We just took a whole lot of pictures of handsome goats over the weekend.
Here at the Handsome Goat Club.
Yes. Alrighty. So probably something we want to do called rolling initiative.
Well, once the turn tracker comes up.
Okay. Everybody remember, touch your tokens before they hang. Not yet.
Touch the fishy.
Remove all turns. Here.
Ben, you should post some of those handsome goats on our Discord channel. That'd be great.
Ooh.
I could use the inspiration now. No.
Oh, thank God! I'm going closer to first.
Yeah, 11.
Bowen, please go first so I can chase you wherever you go and stay in your aura.
Sounds great.
Okay, so let's do this.
Who else is really messed up?
Why did it not send it? Did it send it to the thing?
Send it to the thing.
The thing.
It's clobbering time. Come on, send it to the thing.
All of us should
Wow.
be in okay shape.
D&D Beyond is having a moment. Alright, so let's do this. There we go.
I rolled a 21. This is great.
Holy shit, Snacks. That is some nice
Wow.
That's
nice
a
consistency on bad guys.
lot of double digits, Paige.
That is a lot of double digits. That's a lot of double digits. Alright, Ross, you feel like this is the time to act if you're going to act.
Could you describe our foes, please, Paige?
Sure. They have very loud music.
Very loud music.
They are very clearly red caps, and you can tell by their proportions. They look like they're short, but they've been just somebody grabbed the box on the upper right hand corner and just dragged them out longer.
So just like when we make Ross bigger,
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Oh,
They've been working out. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So they're about 12 feet tall. 12 or 15 feet tall, and they look super angry. They're wearing big metal boots. They have red peaked caps on that are dripping with blood.
Is the one that addressed us the one with the red dot?
Yes, that is your fighting.
The red dot, red cap.
Yeah.
Paige,
The creek is very shallow. It's like a foot deep. It will be difficult terrain for medium-sized creatures and not difficult terrain for large-sized creatures.
I have a question.
Sure.
Where the fuck is our unicorn?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, he said he couldn't fight, so
Yeah, but he still has heals.
that's true. So if we survive, he might help us out a little bit,
Hang on just a moment.
which would definitely be appreciated.
Okay, so while Paige is loading up a unicorn, silly question about Roll20. I thought I had a swim speed. Where would I find that on this character sheet?
Under, if you click on walking, there's a box that says walking and your speed. If you click on it, in the right-hand banner will show you all of your speeds.
Excellent. That's what I was looking for. I do. Hey, Paige, does that water slow down people with swim speeds?
Nope.
Excellent.
Well, the thing is, it's a foot and a half deep, so you're not
What
really
happened
swimming through it.
was...
Yeah, but he's from a swamp. Come on.
You know what? I'll give it to you.
Well,
Ross,
Ross,
hit the face, and that's fine.
I mean, I'm just gonna jump over it if not, but like,
You're going to jump over it anyway just because you can.
Because I'm a tiger
Yes.
barbarian.
rawr.
Right.
I have one superpower, people. All right, are we ready?
Is that the superpower of friendship?
But
No.
how are the loincloths going to help in this combat?
I think it's great that Ross is gonna go, and then all the bad guys are gonna go, and then the rest of us will go.
there's a Malagar in there.
But Malagar's gonna be like, huh, seems like a bad choice.
I mean,
Isn't it always?
Okay, let's do this thing.
All right. Okay, so should actually. There we go.
Paige, the music's still a little loud.
Okay, I will turn it down.
All
very,
right.
very appropriate to our situation, I would say.
No, totally.
don't want to
What's
run
that?
and punch them because, ow.
It's very good.
So, Paige,
Yes.
I'm going to take out my 3 javelins.
My 3 javelins.
And I'm going to
These are
throw.
the same javelins you got at first level, aren't they?
Yes, they are, Paige.
I mean,
I'm
like,
sure.
isn't My Three Javelins a classic television?
Yes. Yes. They're all still in the plastic wrap.
I take the tag off of them, crumple it up, put it in pocket, and I'm going to very angrily chuck one of these at Gearflagon's spacey bits.
Okay.
It actually
He does
says
have-
starter javelin on it.
Yes. His facey bits are different slightly than they were in the prime material. In the prime material, he just kind of had features like a shriveled up old man. But now they're very clearly inhuman. Like his mouth is just like way too big, like Canadian South Park big.
Oh, good. So I'm going to follow up with, your face looks like that because of our last thrashing we gave you.
Cody, you may have a point of inspiration for getting in there and trying, buddy.
All right, so
Such a way with words.
let me make sure I've got rage turned on. Excellent.
Famous
so,
last words. Let me make sure my rage is turned on.
So I've got inspiration, huh? I might as well go ahead and use that, because burn it while you got it.
All right,
So
20 hits.
First one, and then the follow-up attack. Nope, that one should not have the advantage, so just a...
Doesn't matter. Even if it had advantage, neither.
Excellent. All right, so that's going to be 10 piercing damage.
10 or 12?
12, because that's
Okay.
not including... I'm sorry, I've never thrown javelins before.
I understand. It's very confusing.
Which end did you throw?
The metal end.
Fortunately,
Not that much.
they're sharp on both ends.
And then I'm going to also
Holy gross.
hit him with that favored foe, which is inevitably going to deal that whopping 1 favored foe damage.
One vicious mockery is worth of damage.
Okay, so everyone at home, Ross has 1 more javelin, and then we'll see if he ever acquires more javelins.
That will be something to check.
I mean, you know, yeah.
Ross, would you also like to move on your turn?
I mean, I'm really comfortable inside of this aura. You don't even know.
Very comforting word.
So rage damage only works in melee.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, then I'm going to take that 1 hit point back.
Please do.
No, the 2 hit points of the rage. You still keep the 1 for the favorite foe.
Oh, got it.
He's still his favorite foe.
No, you're right.
Yo buddy.
For some reason, why did I think that also applied to thrown weapons?
Who knows? All right, anything else there, Rossberger?
I mean, that's all I got for it. Yeah, that's all I got for it.
You okay? This guy,
Guards.
he's gonna move
Be our
about
friend.
the building.
So,
Yes.
which guy?
So,
Blue guy?
I guess the red cap in the northeast corner strides forward, crosses the stream, has to fucking double move to get up on you.
Oh no, I'm so sad you had to double move.
He looks like his arms are extremely long.
Rude.
He has a long scythe that looks like it would give him extended reach.
Oh my.
That's all he's got. Malagagar.
Malagar is going to use his healing and temp healing sort of starburst formation. It's one of the recommended things that we do, especially when we're down.
Mm.
So we're just going to sprinkle. It's one of my favorites. It's called the Mass Healing Word. You'll love it.
Ooh. Go on.
Oh, snake eyes! Everyone gets
Oh
7
my
points.
goodness.
7.
Andrew.
I appreciate it. It's still 7 points.
It's still
should I-
seven more points than you had before, and then
So if
he'll
you-
go, huh?
If you roll snake eyes, we take that as damage, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. It just
man.
gets reflected back. It's malpractice,
That's
really.
brutal.
Ah.
Then he'll pull out his holy symbol, and it's sort of on the end of a chain, so he'll start to sort of whirl it over his head. As he does so, it makes a lovely humming noise, and everyone feels even more refreshed. Let's see how refreshed.
Okay.
That is not even the right button. Why would you do it that way? Okay, we're gonna do it this way.
So you're not turning. That's your aura, right?
That's my aura. I'm not trying to turn these mofos. Then instead, everyone's gonna enjoy 13 temporary hit points when it comes their turn. Just FYI.
And that is a 40-foot or 30-foot.
30-foot radius.
It's Titanic. But...
Then Malagar's gonna be like, "Oh, that guy seems to have long arms, so I'm going to back up a little bit." Even though I usually appreciate long arms, and he'll say so. Hey, I usually appreciate long arms, but in this case, no.
Do you want to stand next to Victor so you still have the bonus to saves?
I like that. That's a good idea. Thank
I'm
you for
just,
thinking-
throwing
thinking
ideas out there.
tactically.
Thinking with portals.
Something.
All right. So that means Red Cap numero dos.
In more good news, the combined might of Maximal, Sotager, and Kurgosh have granted us another player inspiration.
I mean,
We're gonna need it,
these things were pretty exciting when they weren't 12 feet tall.
right?
This one also will move up and have to double move and be sad.
Ugh.
Hmm.
Hooray for sad enemies!
Yay!
Your flagon himself kind of looks at Ross, looks at the path, looks at Ross, looks at the path, scrapes one of his ironclad shoes on the ground, and then streaks across the ground with incredible speed, splashing through the creek to attempt to kick Ross in the junk.
Hmm.
Whoa! Below the belt!
It's
Yes.
weird because you said he streaks, but the token's still wearing clothes.
I would like to offer you a 22 to hit, sir.
That is going to hit me square between the legs.
You may have 29 bludgeoning points of damage in your no-nos.
Joke's on you, Paige. I'm wearing my specially lined loincloth today.
Well, I have gotten you the whacka in the cloaca. In the meantime. Apparently, I've murdered Coda.
Mike's dead now.
Well,
It was pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I'm good.
Are you good?
That hit
Coda,
me.
any night when I can make somebody make that face is a great night for me.
Man.
Okay, well, after that foul blow, Wildfire.
Wildfire concentrates on this square of water and summons forth an elemental from it.
Ooh, let me go get your water elemental.
You remember what happened last time you summoned one of those, right?
Yeah, this is gonna go great this time.
Alright, let me make that a community water elemental. What size is it, Joe? Large?
It's medium, I think.
medium elemental is what
Medium
he's
elemental.
Got it. There you go. Should be under your control. Assuming direct control!
Excellent.
A community elemental? Did it go to Greendale?
It did. Dang right it did.
Oh.
No, it went to Midvale, School for the Gifted.
Yeah, if we were making a community joke, you wouldn't get it.
I wouldn't get it. Alright, anything else there, Wildfire?
Nope, I'm good. I'm gonna come over here and hang up by Malagar.
Okay.
My elemental goes immediately after me.
It's a nice spot.
Good stuff.
So it will attack twice the blue guy in front of him.
You will also gain 13 temps.
Ooh.
I have a crit. Nice.
So that crit, Joe, will be accompanied by some spit,
Ooh, excellent.
which is an additional, I believe, 2d6 plus 2 for the crit.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so I roll damage here.
I've given you 2 acid infusions there.
2.
Alright, so that's 12, 21, 22, 24 points of Ross and Wildfire.
Well, I'm 21.
I honestly can't tell
Oh,
H
gotcha.
because part of the acid infusion actually used another crit.
Yeah, so in that case, you would just keep the first one.
Just use the first
Yeah.
one.
Alright, so 21 and 9 is 30.
Yep.
Alrighty. The red cat yelps in pain as the water elemental bludgeons it and Goose spits at it.
Excellent.
Joe, don't forget your 13 temps.
Ooh, yes, 13 temps for both of us.
I was gonna say the elemental is also a creature, right? So
Yep.
excellent.
Alright, after Ross and the elemental, sounds like a band, Belwyn.
Well, given that I have all of these allies over here, I will begin casting a spell.
I have no one who intends to counter it.
Cool beans. I will dismount. And I will tell Mr. Grumpy Pants to disengage. And that's my turn.
Okay. Victor.
All right. I will also cast a spell using the resonance through my teeth, looking
Okay.
at blue,
Alright.
making it my hunter's mark. I remembered that feat not only adds the spells to my list, but also gives me 1 cast of each.
Oh, per day for free.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's not even per day. I think it's more frequent. Like per encounter or something?
No, it's a long rest.
No.
All right, and
I don't have a hunter's mark, but I'm going to call it Hex. Just like Hex.
yeah, it's close enough. And let's see. So we've hit on a 30.
Yes.
So
We've missed on a 12.
Missed on a 12, so you got the boundaries there.
yeah, Ross hit on a 20.
Yeah, it's somewhere between 12 and 20.
All right, I'll risk it.
Okay.
Swinging. Did it come through?
Not yet.
Not yet.
There we go.
All
What
right,
about-
15. A 15 hits.
Ooh, that narrows it down a great deal.
And so the custom is my hunter's mark damage.
Got it.
So you'll take the full amount.
All right.
And then-
The red cat yells in angry pain as you whack viciously at its knee.
How about a 13?
I decline a 13.
All right, so here I'm helping you out. But yeah, I am quite pleased that I hit, starting off to a great start tonight.
Is blue bloodied?
Yes.
Yay!
Sweet.
Thank you for the reminder. Also, I have something else I have to check.
So as long as Ross keeps taking with his bits, we'll be fine.
Excellent.
Belwyn, don't forget your temps.
Oh, happily, thank you.
Hey, Victor.
Yes.
How would you like to attack again?
I do like attacking.
Go right ahead.
All right.
Oh,
Is there any particular is someone encouraging me?
You feel really fast.
I
Like,
feel
really
We
lightning
still have
fast.
2 chat inspirations that you can use as well.
I'm going to save chat inspirations.
All right, you only get 1 attack for this. All right, so 17 hits. I will take 28 points of damage.
Excellent. So am I moving visibly faster?
Yep.
That is it just me?
You can feel like the resonance between the crystals in your body and the sword.
Huh.
All right, Ross.
Well,
I assume Victor's done.
I mean, I kind of want to try and attack again.
go for it.
I mean, you could action surge,
No.
but I got no more freebies for you.
I don't have an action, sir. I mean, we didn't short rest, so.
Oh, sure.
Paige, I think we all have to take a moment. As
Yes.
the camera pans down to the ground, where I have discarded the remaining javelin that I've had since first level. And I think we need like a montage of all the different times that javelin has been with us. But it's like one of those retcon javelins where it's like all the scenes where we played out, but also the javelin's there.
Now the javelin's there. Yes.
It's always been there.
I like
Our
that, yeah.
SFX team has been working on that all week.
What's the javelin's name?
Paul.
You don't name it. You can't give it away if you name it.
And then I'm going to go at Gearflagon with the +1 longsword.
Okay.
Let's see here. Let me make sure I click the buttons correctly.
I'm excited.
I am too, honestly. Is it shift to do?
Yes, shifts.
All right.
It should show a plus to you, the human being Mike.
It's not, which is concerning. But yeah, let's do it. I'm going to attack recklessly.
Oh my god, wait, class features?
Bruh.
I don't.
Who's the prettiest?
If it doesn't show you the plus, it's not going to do it. I'm telling you that right now.
On the first attack, I got a 25,
A 25 will hit.
which is going to bring 13 points of damage. Oh, wait.
Plus. What?
Ooh.
So that's 16 points of damage.
No, that is going to be 14 points of damage.
Okay.
Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm.
And then 26 to hit is going to bring
Alright.
10 and
That is a thing.
another Vicious. Apparently, that ability was just Vicious Mockery.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Vicious Mockery. Like, an extra point of damage is an extra point of damage.
That is true.
Sure. So that's going to be 11 damage on the second attack.
Got it.
Ross and Victor, you should not forget your temps.
I have applied the tips. They're
13 whole temps,
a
right?
boon.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm whaling this thing as fast as I can.
Excellent, excellent. And Paige, because I haven't taken my bonus action yet, no,
Mhm.
I don't think, right? The
You attack.
reckless attack is
A non-action.
bonus? Okay, not.
It's a mode.
I'm going to use my jaws and just bite into Gearflagon. Like
Ah.
neck area, I'm going for the neck. There might be like a little spinning action trying to go on
I
too.
mean, use one of those inspirations if you're gonna bite him. Like,
Yeah.
All right, done. This is happening, y'all. This is for real. This is real life.
Shit just
Wow.
got real. Shit just got real.
25,
That'll hit.
which is going to be 5 and
6, you mean? 6 points of damage.
6
total?
points of damage. Because through my teeth, I vicious mock him some more.
well, don't you get the rage because it's a melee attack?
Oh, it is. So there you go.
Is it a strength
Another
attack?
8 points.
Yeah.
What was that, Ron?
It's strength.
It's a strength attack, yeah.
Yeah, based on the +8 to it, it is.
Great.
Though,
Do those.
though I don't think you have to spend the inspiration because you declared reckless attack for the round, and it's a weapon. It's a melee weapon attack. It's just
Sure.
a natural weapon.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Do the temps stack with Andrew's temps?
No.
No.
Oh well.
Temps never stack.
All right. Well, there you go. Hungry Jaws.
Chomp. So when you chomp this thing, you can feel that hot fey blood running down your throat, and it's delicious.
That's
But
not
Paige,
weird.
but Paige, have you ever looked at your claws while on fairy blood?
We're gonna find out. All right, with that, my poor beat up hexed red cap is gonna go do the thing. All right, so.
So
So-
take a whole lot of.
what? You don't want to back up so that you can.
I
Run
mean, I
forward
kind of
almost?
do. Kind of do. Alright, so I am going to seek to punch Belwyn in the face.
Sounds great.
And by that, I mean try and cut her head off with my sickle.
Enjoy your disadvantage.
I got some bad news for you.
Yes.
I do believe that somebody is trying to punch an opponent within 5 feet of me that is not me.
You don't have reach to get there,
Yeah,
though.
you can't get
I
there.
don't. Shit. Well,
It's the one with the blue dot.
this is warning page.
I consider myself duly warned, and I thank you for that update. So a 25 and a 10, that one's going to miss.
Yep.
Also, when the sickle gets close to Belwyn,
Right.
and I assume her armor's made out of steel, or is it adamantine?
It's made out of adamantine. It's made out of Mama Dwarf's adamantine.
Fair. In that case, never mind. But the red cap hisses an oath at you and decides that he's going to try and kick Victor next.
Okay.
That doesn't seem very fair.
It's not.
Hey, what did I say about attacking people that weren't me, Paige?
You did say something. Is it 20 enough to hit Victor?
Yes.
All right. You will take 34 points of ice storm damage.
That's pretty exciting.
Just be having for them temps.
Yep. Malagagar.
It's a service I provide. All right, everybody, I'm going to cast a spell I've never cast before. It's going to be very exciting.
Hold
on to my hat.
on to your butts.
Malagaz, I just let everyone know this because I'm feeling really experimental in this kind of weird hallucinogenic space here.
Feeling very froggy, huh?
Yes. Listen, I'm going to summon up 3 of my best friends, and yes.
I didn't know it was that kind of party. But...
Oh, but it is.
It's always that kind of party where Malagar is concerned. What
Oh,
kind of
Jesus Christ! Why did they roll so many dice? Ignore that. What? Oh, because it added up both the things. Okay. I was like, what just happened?
What do your spirit guardians look like? I'm fascinated.
I mean,
Spirit Guardians. Okay.
yes.
Gotcha. I thought it was going to be like summon Fey Ally or something.
Are they like ravers? You know, like
I'm actually
Kind
gonna.
of.
I was gonna make a
Spirit
prediction
Guardians,
here.
15 feet.
Yep.
Whatever
Yes.
they look like, they're definitely twins, right?
I just figured it was the cameraman and the director and the fluffer that showed up ready to go for whatever the scene was.
Yes, that's definitely true. Either that or sort of, orgiastic rave goers, whichever version you wish. Anyway, so they're going to be in a world of pain whenever they start inside of this box.
Yep, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. Noted, sir. Noted.
There's a lot of flitting and flirting.
Is there a box? I don't see a box.
It's a
maybe-
15-foot radius.
I put it on there, but I don't know that I made it visible to y'all. There we go.
Yeah, the yellow box.
Yeah.
Inside the other box.
so many boxes.
Inside the other box.
Okay, I am now remembering the combat that the chat is remembering of, because much like that combat, the screen now looks like a rave is in fact going on.
It kind of, yes.
All right. I can help anything, but I'm gonna get some-
All right, Brother
Okay.
Flounder says, won't the healing aura go away if the Spirit Guardians come up? And I think not, because you don't have to concentrate
Nope.
on that aura. It's just
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm all about stacking my auras.
So that means that you are currently like DJing while
Yes.
spinning around your holy symbol, and then
Mhm.
your spirit guardians are all the ravers at your party.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Unsurprisingly, Malaga in combat's just a walking party.
I like to think that even the unicorn's getting into it.
I would hope so. It's really making them sparkle. The unicorn also gets 13 temps, by the way. This isn't. We don't.
He'll take it. He'll take
yeah.
it. Don't remind myself. Okay. Are you quite done there, Malagar?
I am done, but the next red cap should probably make me a whiz save whenever it becomes their turn.
I'm trying. Yo, 11.
That
not
will
enough.
fail miserably as they enjoy 28 points of radiant type rave damage.
Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da.
The system is down. The system is
It's down.
Oh, funny stuff. All right, so that one has decided that, holy crap, that's bullshit. And he's like, oi! Get the cleric! And strides forward.
Licensed cleric, thank you.
And attempts to hit you as hard as he can.
All right, that's it, Paige. I gave you 2 warnings.
I know, come ahead.
How dare you?
Well, luckily, this one.
All right, so 14 is going to miss.
Yes, dip, dive, dodge, duck, and
All right, so I will
dodge.
take 14, 16 damage there, Coda. All right. Then I will do it a second time there, Malagar.
You love me so much.
Also spending my DM inspiration. Thank you, my
What? Longer. If you wanted to really treasure it.
Malagar will blow them a kiss as the fist, or whatever, the weapon is incoming.
But actually, it's very. Oh.
16?
You missed. I know. I would have enjoyed it if you had connected.
For 20 points of damage? Yeah. All right. I am super sad. Okay. Your flagon himself in the middle of all this is going to try and bring his sickle down on Ross.
What?
You attack recklessly, sir, so I believe that I have advantage to hit you.
I believe you are correct.
Excellent. El numero uno. Kablam. A 19 to hit.
Misses.
El numero dos. A 24 to hit.
That will get past this.
Mm.
Fantastic.
You may have
Fabulous
27 points of bludgeoning damage as you get stomped. STOMPT.
Well, luckily, Paige,
Yes.
the numbing power of the kick to the balls, my rage
Does kind of put things in perspective.
has given me a little bit of resistance to this.
Yes.
Gerflagon should also give me a wisdom save.
I will do that then. 19.
Actually, hang on. That just meets it.
So he takes halfsies.
Yes.
Which is
14 points of radiant damage.
Oh, right. He is also now bloodied. All right.
The Ravers are moshing a bit.
They are. They are wildfire.
Need a fireball template.
When in doubt.
When in Rome, fireball all the people in Rome.
Whoa!
I think we need some more lasers.
Ooh, so many lasers. Oh.
And also helps our wizard measure some distance. So multi-purpose rave lasers. Like Malagar, you are really going
I
above
think
it.
I can control the token.
Oh, hang on. Make sure it's public property.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Wow. There we go.
There's no fireballing in the champagne room.
There you go. Right there.
It did occur to me, though, that this aura of temps is really very powerful combined with someone who summoned lots of creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, Paige, I'll drop it there. I'll whisper a couple arcane words, and a wave of mystical energy will cover Belwyn and Ross, so they are unaffected by this explosion of fire.
Wildfire will say a little prayer for you.
Dang right.
You channel the fiery power of your heritage and all of your training, and there's nothing there. Like, there's nothing there. Wait, no. There is something there, but it is not the thing you expected to be there. There's something different there. You want to put that through and see what happens?
Sure. I mean, I'm already in the middle of it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So you
Probably gonna be fine.
Syrup? It's going to be all syrup.
You gesture with the appropriate arcane gesture. You say the word fraccoon, which is the sound a fireball typically makes, and a fireball absolutely does not happen. What does happen is a thorny mass of grasping vines explodes out of the water, frothing up into the air, and lashes out at the 3 redcaps, neatly ignoring your fronds.
What the hell is that?
Should I roll the same damage? Talk to me what I should roll here, Paige.
Damage is the same. But it's bludgeoning, piercing mix, not fire.
Okay. So bludgeoning, piercing mix of giant vines amidst from the ground.
This is some weird kind of hentai fireball, right?
Yes.
I saw this happen in a play called Evil Dead.
I mean, I don't want to say that I called it, but earlier I did put wildflower in the
You did.
So, are you available for parties?
I need some saving throws, Paige.
Yes, I do.
Well, Joe, congratulations. You're a druid now.
I always thought.
You're a druid, Eric!
It's the law of conservation of druids.
There must always be one.
I'm just glad I somehow avoided becoming a druid.
All
been
right,
awkward.
I am not trained in dex saving throws. This is making me sad. All right, here's El Numero Uno, El Numero Dos, and El Numero Tres.
I'll
Wow!
enjoy 29 points of bludgeoning.
But I rolled really high initiatives instead.
Yay!
Yay!
You know,
You take what you get.
it's the thing that matters, Paige. The thing that matters. Going first.
And then my fun water friend will then attack Blue.
Okay.
If blue is still there.
Blue is still there. They're kind of at the I live stage of things, but they're still there.
That's good. That's good that they live.
17 will hit.
Okay. Or they broke all the interactions here, so it's plus this number. 14 damage.
Alright. I live!
And you should top back up to 13 temps, both of you.
And will attack if blue is still up, it will attack it one more time.
It is still up.
12 misses.
12 no hit.
Curses.
Alrighty, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Ross, you are bloodied. Yes?
I'm gonna step over here. I don't want to get
I-
attacked by these creatures.
Am bloodied. Yes.
Don't forget your temps.
Malagar, you're not damaged?
I am nicked. I'm just looking. I make it look real good.
Like he woke up that way, just kind of
Yes,
a little
just-
bit.
It was
Alright.
intentional. It's intentional.
Artfully disheveled is really
So,
how I describe
The
it.
unicorn prances through the water, deftly dodging around the red caps. One of the red caps accidentally targets him, and your flagon bashes that red cap with the back of his hand to make the shot go wide. And kind of delicately reaches between the two flailing red caps to put his horn on Ross, and
Aww.
you will heal.
Malagar calls over. Tell me what that was like later.
11 hit points of damage.
It likes
Yeah.
you. It really likes you.
Yes. And you can feel, a ripple of this primal energy moving through your flesh. And as the unicorn does that, a shimmering shield springs up around Ross.
Bruh.
You may now gain +2 AC.
+2 to my AC. Awesome.
Fancy.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to remember that in my brain here. This is
Fair enough. Belvin.
Cool. I'm gonna hit this one that just said I live because that's a sure way to get my attention.
Right?
I live is shorthand for I have 1 hit point.
And I don't want to fuck this up, so I'm going to spend my inspiration for a terrible music pun.
Woohoo!
And it's not gonna fucking help. Not gonna help at all.
Oh no!
So my second attack.
Watch your crit on this one.
I'll take it.
Magic.
There we go.
26. All right. With that, you have the opportunity to slay this creature with a steel weapon. How do you feel about that?
Is it a steel weapon?
I mean, you tell me.
I don't know. I figured that it was some kind of like copper or bronze or something like that, just because I don't see steel being an appropriate weapon for the Fire Lord because it's not shiny enough.
You tell me.
It's probably like gold plated because
you tell me what the weapon is made out of.
You know what? I'm gonna hit him on the foots, and he's gonna laugh because he's got steel boots, and he's gonna lean into my face, and I'm gonna smack him with my shields and knock my conscience.
Okay. You bash the red cap in his evilly leering face. Teeth go flying, and he topples over backward into the river, which is not deep enough to drown him.
Great.
Victor.
All right. I will travel over here to assist Malagar.
Hello.
I think we still have a player inspiration bouncing around.
I believe so.
Use it.
We have one or two.
I think
I'm gonna have two.
Use for lose.
I was
We got
gonna say, we got 5
5
minutes.
left
We
in the show,
gotta-
so
Spend them up.
Fine.
Make it happen.
we are leaving.
Did it come through? All right, let's try it again. Clickety.
Clickety clackety.
All right, let's try it like this.
everybody sit on the edge of your seat.
Dun dun dun.
Coming.
Aha!
Hey!
All right, 21 hits. Victor, right? You're hitting the yellow one with that because that's the only one you can hit.
Victor, you get some spit with that attack. For 3 vicious mockeries points of damage.
Better than your favorite foe.
Do I still have a extra attack page?
Yeah, if you want it.
I mean, I always want it. Hopefully this isn't like shaving away my life. You can have all the attacks you want that miss in each one.
Aha.
5 minutes of your life.
Just a little bit of your soul.
I mean, come on, 5 minutes?
What are you even gonna do with those minutes? I mean,
Yeah, as long as they take them off the end and not off the beginning.
yeah, they're at the end of your deck. They're not even there as far as you're concerned.
I mean, look, unless you get milled, you're never going to see those cards anyways, so don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Exactly.
All right, and I am done. 1 out of 3. It's still better than last week.
Remember your temps,
Last
everybody.
week, it was like, happy birthday, motherfucker. Bam!
The tips will always put a smile on my face.
Yes. Just slap him on there.
I mean, so having just drank a fair amount of Fey blood, like, I'm looking back at Wildfire right now, and it's almost like I can see Mira.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use this opportunity of Gearflagon getting hit by the Ravers and just try to drive my longsword deep into his chest.
All right.
I'm going to use our other player inspiration
Rather than attacking recklessly.
rather than attacking recklessly for 28,
28.
Nice.
which is going to deal 11 and...
So 12.
I mean, almost certainly. 12 points of damage. You got it.
I was going to say, that's
Nailed
what it
it.
rolls for.
And then for the follow-up attack,
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
Wow.
well,
Got.
and then that is going to be, oh, good lord, that's a lot of numbers.
15,
So it's
15,
14,
16.
16, and then the favorite.
Plus another 2.
Just another 2d4. And.
Do it again.
Hey.
Points of
damage.
16, 21 points of damage.
And then I'm going to tell Goose to, I'm going to give Goose the symbol to pounce off of my back and bite his face.
Okay.
All right, 15 to hit for 5 points of damage.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I live!
God damn it.
Not for
All
long.
right.
I tried so hard.
You did.
And got so far.
Malagagagar.
But in the end,
It doesn't.
Malagar decides that being up front and in the center of attention is usually fun, but not in this particular case. So he's going to shift back, actually get selected and shift back, and just kind of just dance back over here carefully.
Just to remind you, you're still within their reach.
Oh, god damn it.
Yep.
How about here?
Also, if you're going to move there, you're going to provoke unless you disengage.
I was
Sure.
disengaging
Yes.
All right.
this
Cool.
whole time from inside the house.
I just didn't hear it.
So I can touch them with my aura, but they can't
Yeah.
touch me.
Yep.
Hot.
Yes.
Doing it right.
Right?
Is that it?
That's it.
All right. I owe you a wisdom saving throw,
saving.
right? Right. How about? Let me get the right one. How about this?
Negative!
Negative. How much damage am I taking?
28 points of radiant type rave damage.
That the red cat crumples, and
Yeah.
when his form falls to the river, it immediately starts to decay and like mushrooms spring up, and it's full of like worms and maggots,
Whoa.
and flies all around it.
That's
Little spontaneous generation going on there.
I mean,
That's
but you have to get mushrooms.
Yes. All right. So that was productive. Your flagon is in trouble.
also owes me a wisdom save. Or the dancers, really. They do all the hard work.
15.
Negative. Enjoy 28 points of
And with that, he dies as
Curses!
well.
Dance Hall gets its revenge in the end.
Woohoo!
And we'll have to see what happens next. Next week on Feats Fables.
I mean, we could keep playing. I mean, you know.
Coda will die. Not his character, Coda, the person.
But that's true. Like, we'll die. You're not wrong.
Literally.
Yes.
Literally.
5 a.m. is so close.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, Joe, would you flip us over to the appropriate screen?
Do it so now. Do that thing.
Alrighty. Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us on this adventure. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and hang out for a few minutes after the show for our Porch Lag edition. If you're listening to this on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, you're gonna miss it. You can only get the Porch Lag edition if you're with us on Twitch on Monday nights live. Thank you, chat, for inspiration. We love having you with us. Thank you literally and figuratively for your inspiration. We'd like to thank our listeners and supporters, particularly Brother Flounder.
Mhm.
And also, who else, Coda?
That is our most recent subscriber. Thank you, Brother Flounder, and to all of our followers out there. Keep in mind, we only need 15 more to unlock another emoji.
Cool.
Know that word.
Yes.
You did it. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
Please join us next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to see what happens next and follow us to
New adventure!